everyone, it's Misty from the Jellyfied Elf, and welcome to my very first Festive Friday for 2015. So, I know what you're thinking. We just got done with the holidays. No more Christmas or holiday cards. But if you're like me, you like to plan ahead. And to avoid the fiasco I had this last December and the one before that, I'm going to focus on making a different holiday card every Friday. And these are going to be ones that are fairly easy to reproduce for the most part, and ones that you can make in bulk, you can make a one-off of, whatever. So there's three kind of goals to this series. The first is to make some holiday cards and have them ready to go. The second is to use what's in my stash. I think I mentioned in my haul video that I have so much Christmas stuff that I haven't even inked up, because Christmas is my favorite season and I tend to overbuy Christmas stuff. So I want to use what the paper pads I have, etc., so I can make room for more stuff in the fall and winter months. And the third is one of my goals this year is to do a local craft fair. So I really want to make sure that I have a lot of inventory to take with me, and I want to try to sell holiday card sets. So all of the ones that I'm going to show are going to be ones that I reproduce in multiples. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to show you me making multiples of cards. We tried that and it didn't quite work out. But if that is something that you're interested in, then please let me know. Like I said, I'm going to try to do this every Friday. I can't make you any promises. I don't want to make you any promises, but I'm going to do my very best. Now, today I'm using the Festival of Trees stamp set, and I'm not using the punch, just the stamp set, and this is carrying over, so how exciting. And so I think this is a very versatile stamp set. You can actually use this probably throughout the year and not just in the winter months. But I just got my hands on it. It's not one that I purchased initially, so I'm so excited to play with it. And I'm going to be using this really pretty, it's like filigree stamp here on the left. And we're actually going to be embossing in a very unexpected color. So let's get started. So today I'm going to be using Basic Gray's 25th and Pine. I believe this came out last year, maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember. Now I'm going to show you how I store it. I store all of my 6x6 pads in these quart-size Ziploc bags. They're just the Walmart off-brand. You can even get them even cheaper at Aldi. Buy them in bulk, whatever you want to do. They fit, number one, they fit perfectly, and number two, it contains all of my scraps, so I don't have to worry about, there for a while I was trying to attach an envelope on the back, and that just wasn't working for me, so this works perfectly for me. Then they go on my shelf in a shoebox. And I do promise that one of these days I will do a craft room tour video for you, but it'll have to be when ornament season is done, because I just don't have time. So I'm going to be using navy again today. So I'm going to be using Night of Navy. This base measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I cut it at 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. These are the pattern papers I'm going to be using from that paper pad set, 25th and Pine. And I'm actually not going to be putting a sentiment on the stamp because this paper says Season's Greetings. So I'm going to let that work as my greetings. So I've just cut this piece of paper to 4 by 5 1/4, and then you have layers for each of these pieces. This one is cut by 4 1/4 by 2, and it's just a 1/4 inch smaller. And then this one, I can't remember what I cut. Oh, 5 1/4 by 2. So, and then this, of course, this one's just a 1/4 inch. So let's go ahead and get this assembled, and then we will work on stamping. So I really love navy. Navy is not my favorite color, but you wouldn't know that by as much as I've been using it lately. And like I said, I think it's because I'm so obsessed with our dining room. And if I get a chance, I will post a picture, insert a picture at the end. It's not the least bit finished, but we did, I say we. I am the ideas person and my husband is the follow through or the work. So I bought a houndstooth stencil because I love houndstooth so very much. And he, bless his heart, he spent an entire day of his weekend stenciling houndstooth all over our wall. And it was a challenge, and it's not quite as easy as they make it out to be. So just remember that if you feel like you want to do a stencil. It turned out fantastic though. The color we used is it's very similar to this color. And then we started with a base coat of flat paint. And then the stencil is done. You know what? I need to pop that up. What am I thinking? Yikes. Let me get some dimensionals to pop up the end. Then he did the stencil in like a semi. I can't remember if it was semi or high gloss. And it turned out so stinking perfect. Like I just can't even. I absolutely love it. And so it's going to be, we're very transitional, I guess is the term, the technical design term. I'm just skewing everything up over here trying to tell you about my fabulous dining room. We're very like a transitional, so I really love traditional elements, but in like a modern color scheme. So we're hoping to get some wainscoting put in. We're hoping to do some crown molding, wainscoting. I picked the most gorgeous chairs ever, but I'm not going to show them to anybody until, hello Misty, that's upside down, until they are here, but I can't wait to show you guys. Okay, so that's our card base so far. It's not that Christmassy. I know what you're thinking. You're like, that doesn't look like Christmas at all. And I think that's okay. Except this is really crooked. Oh no, it's gonna rip. Of course it's gonna rip because I'm not paying attention. I'm too busy talking about my dining room. Let me fix this. It just needs a little tweak. There we go. But you guys know, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, that I'm not a huge red and green traditional Christmas kind of girl. We will do some of those cards though. I promise. I'm not going to bore you with 50 weeks of non-traditional Christmas cards. I promise. Okay, so that's done. I'm not going to do anything on the inside just yet because I don't know. I haven't really thought that far ahead. So I'm going to take a piece of Sahara sand and I'm going to use my embossing buddy to remove any static, because we are going to emboss this beautiful tree. So let me bring in my stamp and my Versamark. I finally got a re-inker, so my Versamark is nice and juicy. So I'm going to put that right there, press pretty hard. Perfect. Now, I really want to bring out this aqua color in this paper. So I'm actually going to use our Pool Party embossing powder for this tree. And I think it's going to be fantastic. Let me bring in a card so I can funnel it back in. So yeah, that's, my husband and I are trying to finish. Number one, we're getting out of debt. If you need budget help and you haven't watched my video, I have a video about how we got out of debt. $10,000 worth of debt at the time. And now we are officially $20,000 out of debt, which is fantastic. And trust me, we still have a long way to go, but we're getting there. Okay, so I'm gonna probably fast forward this and I'm gonna heat the embossing powder to melt it. Isn't that so pretty? Can you see that? Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm gonna take the 2.5-inch circle punch and I'm gonna punch this out. I'm just gonna try to line it up. I didn't quite get over far enough. So we're gonna be right on the edge of the cliff. Turn it a little bit maybe. Oh yeah, that makes it better. Right. Sorry guys, I can't decide where I want this to go because I kind of cut it too far over. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna attach some dimensionals to the back of this. You guys know me, I put way too many dimensionals on things. It's a problem, I know. Some of you guys are going, no, too many dimensionals. It's okay though, they're meant to be used. That's their whole purpose in life, is to be used and go on pretty cards. They go to happy people. So I'm gonna kind of put this right about there. And that's our card. Let me zoom in so you can see it. What do you guys think? It's definitely not traditional, and it's definitely not a color scheme that I would normally gravitate to, besides the navy. But I really think that it's really a great use of both Stampin' Up! Products and another manufacturers. And again, I have so many, well, I don't have nearly as many as I used to. I used to have probably hundreds of 6x6 paper pads, and then I started selling them off and kept the ones that I really was just like immediately drawn to, and I just couldn't bear to part with them. So anyways, I think this is cute. I love it. I really love this Pool Party embossing powder. You'll be able to see it better in the pictures at the end, and I hope that you will take a look at those embossing powders, and maybe it's something that you would like to use in the future. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to try to give you 2 videos a week. I can't make it, again, I'm not going to make any promises, but I'm going to do my very, very best. Now that ornament season has slowed down, this should be a little bit easier. And then if you like this card, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate your feedback and want to see what you want to see next. If you're interested in any kind of Stampin' Up! Product, links are down below in the description. I link to all of the products that I can, whether they're Stampin' Up! Or not. And yeah, I'll see you next Friday for our second Festive Friday. Thanks so much. Bye guys.